From homeless feral to Moulin Rouge queen. The story of Joy and Lucky Boy. It was Christmas in New York City. The city was bundled up in lights and cold wind, and so were the streets. Except the warmth wasn't always there for everyone. On one of those crisp December mornings, we spotted them. A tiny black kitten with fluffed-up fur against the chill, walking beside her mother. She stopped on the steps of an apartment just across from ours. Her paws were small, her eyes bright but cloudy, and she talked, chirping softly to her mom as they searched for scraps of food in the dumpster or kibble laid out by the kind woman downstairs. We didn't know her name yet, but she was unforgettable. That day, by sheer luck and a gentle swoop, we brought her into our apartment, into safety, into warmth, into a room of her own, where she cried all night, calling for the family she'd left behind. We named her Joy, because that's what she brought, instantly, to our hearts and to our home.
Joy? Hi, Joy.
Later, we discovered something else. The tip of her tail was bent. Not just bent, broken, covered in scar tissue, missing hair. A quiet story of pain she couldn't tell, but her body never forgot. And just above her heart, we found a mark, a white patch in the perfect shape of a locket. Heart-shaped. A delicate reminder that even the roughest journeys leave behind something beautiful. A sign that maybe she was meant to be loved. And yet, she still purred. The very next day, we saw another shadow, curled up at the bottom of the stairwell, waiting for food. Puffier, colder, silent. But his eyes, roomy with discharge, looked just like Joy's. It had to be her brother. So once again, fate stepped in. And so did we. We named him Lucky Boy. They were dirty, frightened, so small. But the moment they were reunited, they huddled together, licking each other's ears, bundling up like they were stitching their tiny, broken hearts back together. That moment, we knew we'd just received the most unexpected, beautiful Christmas gift. But the streets hadn't forgotten them. The next morning, their mother stood on the roof of the community garden shed, howling, searching, and not just her. Their cousins, aunts, maybe even an uncle, all gathered, peeking under gates and calling into alleyways, looking for the little ones who'd made it inside. Joy and Lucky Boy began to settle. Joy, playful and curious, took to toys like she'd been waiting her whole life for them. Lucky Boy? He took a little longer. 3 whole days of hiding, shivering, before he started to purr. And Joy, always the big sister, never left his side.
Joy? Lucky Boy.
They even traveled 5 hours north to Vermont for the holidays. Met their older cousin Gui Gui, who babysat them tenderly, while sitting by the fire together, and their Ate Chacha, the wise tabby who offered them toys like a queen bestowing gifts. Then came the big day, the vet visit. Joy cried. It was the first time she had ever been separated from her brother. She was spayed. Lucky Boy was neutered. Both came home groggy and sore, but alive, safe, and never alone. Gui Gui curled up beside them, sniffing gently, offering silent comfort. Love, once again, stitched them back together. As they recovered, we gave them their first collars. Not just any collars, pearl collars. Because these weren't just kittens. These were 2 miniature panthers. Elegant, regal, rescued royalty. Soon after, they began to bloom. Feathers, catnip, ribbons, glitter balls, even garlic cloves. Everything was a discovery. And food? They had a very particular palate. Maybe it was growing up beside the community garden, but they both had a surprising love for vegetables, especially broccoli and carrots. One day, Joy dragged a big chunk of broccoli off the table with a growl so fierce you'd think she'd just brought down a gazelle. She guarded it like prey, tail twitching, eyes gleaming, a true huntress, in the produce aisle. But they also had their wild side. Gizzards, chicken hearts, all the carnivorous delicacies. They devoured them with gusto. Little panthers in full predator mode. Foodies through and through. Lucky Boy found catnip and completely lost his mind, rolling with joy. Joy discovered sunlight through the window and basked in it like a queen in her court. They meditated with us, sitting still through our daily quiet time. No training needed. They just understood. And one night, they discovered TV. Nature documentaries, birds, fish, and their favorite, Tom and Jerry. They sat, transfixed, paws reaching out toward the screen. Two street cats, now television critics. Their eyes began to show their signature colors. Joy's turned a deep, mysterious copper. Lucky Boy's stayed bright gold. Then, one day, their dad came home with the wheel, a sleek, glowing ring of possibility. He placed it in the living room and stepped back. Within minutes, Joy jumped in. She pressed her paw forward, then the other, then again. And the wheel turned. She spun it slowly, then faster, then fast enough to make the air hum. And from that day on, Joy owned the wheel. Every morning she'd rise before us, jump in, warm up, sprint, walk, backwards, forwards. Her tail curled high in focus. She trained, she danced, she meditated, she ruled. Sometimes Lucky Boy joined her. But the wheel? That was Joy's stage, her kingdom, her throne. A symbol of her journey, from the cold streets of the Bronx to the soft rugs of Vermont, from the dumpsters of winter to the spinning glory of the Moulin Rouge. This is Joy and Lucky Boy. They were feral once, but now they are home. They are loved, they are family, and they are fierce.